Facebook is making big changes to Messenger bots in 2020, and this is such an important topic. So we are diving in today. Now, what is Facebook doing exactly? Well, they're limiting the types of messages that you can send to your bot subscribers. So, of course, everybody is like, what exactly are the changes? Hold on, wait, what? And should I necessarily even keep subscribers, or is it really pointless now? Like, everybody has all these questions. So today I've brought Molly Mahoney on. She is my go-to messenger bot expert. She's going to cover all of these details. We're going to talk about what's changing for 2020. We're going to talk about what we're allowed to do and what we're not allowed to do. We'll talk about what a messenger bot is if you don't even know yet. And we'll also talk about what changes are actually happening and how we can use those changes to our advantage. And then we'll also talk about how they're so awesome for live streamers specifically, which is you. Are you ready to dig in? Let's do it. So if you are new here, by the way, I'm Laria Petrucci, and I help you create professional live video that is uniquely you. And if you are new, please type new in the comments. We want to meet you. Now, let's get on to the more important person, Molly Mahoney. She is one of the world's top messenger bot experts, and she lives and breathes bots. She speaks all over the world about bots. She is the person we go to. I've partnered with her because, most importantly, she does them right. She doesn't use them for spam. She uses them to create relationships, which is exactly how you should be using your bots. And I learn from her. I take her training. That's why I have her here today. So she wants to bring you the best of the best info. So we're gonna dig into it. Welcome, Molly.
Hi, I am just so honored. And I was thinking about this morning, and I just want to start by saying how grateful I am for you. And you're just amazing. And your video looks so good, first of all, also and people were commenting on it, and it looks so good, which I love. And I agree with what you're saying about using bots to make those deeper relationships. And I think really that's one thing that we have first connected on is that it's really about being a human. So I recognize your humanness. I'm grateful for you.
I don't think anybody has ever said that to me. This is a special moment. By the way, Brian Tarr is new to LSP, so welcome, Brian. Thank you guys for saying new. Cindy Lou, and we've got, Chris Ann. We've got a whole bunch of new people, so thank you guys. All right. I love it too. So, and by the way, I just want to say while we're celebrating each other right now, this is a perfect example of what I fully believe in life and in business: collaboration, not competition. Because Amen. Molly also teaches live video. She's amazing at live video, right? But I never view her as a competitor. She's I partnered with her so that we could do more things.
I literally have you on speed dial because I know that
we're always texting each other and messaging each other wait, hold on, we need to figure out this thing.
I'm so grateful for there's a good chunk of us in the live streaming community that I know that I can count on as a friend, but also as someone to lift each other up. And I think that collaboration versus competition is such a huge piece of our values. And I know it is with you too. So if you're up for collaboration versus competition, give us a collaborate in the chat.
Yeah, collaborate in the chat. I love it. All right, so let's get into messenger bots. So we have so much to cover today. What is a messenger bot for those who don't know?
Okay, so a messenger bot, for those of you who don't know, is a way to automate the conversations that you have on your business Facebook page in Messenger. So it's some people say it's similar to an email autoresponder, but that's a good place to start, but really it takes it to a whole new level. So it's kind of like a choose your own adventure book. And it's a really awesome way. It doesn't replace human conversations. It drives human conversations closer together. So people can click little buttons and get more closely to the direct answer that they want. You can also collect information and segment your community inside that messenger with your subscribers so that you're sending messages that people actually want. The awesome Mike, who is the founder of ManyChat, he said at the ManyChat conference this year, he said that one of the top reasons that people unsubscribe is because the messages aren't really messages that they want. And so that's one thing that as these changes are coming inside Facebook, that's one thing that really it's allowing us to actually play in a way that our community is begging for. We don't want to be spammy. We want to do this in a way that everybody loves. So you can build your own messenger bot by like doing a bunch of coding and stuff like that. But really, we're going to use
sounds
a tool.
horrible.
Yeah, we're not going to do that. We're going to use a tool called
ManyChat. Yeah, and it's like you want it to feel like a friend. And I will be thoroughly honest here. When I started doing when bots first came out, I was teaching a course on bots because I fell in love with the use case of in live video specifically. And then I was just like, you know what? There's somebody out there doing better at bots than I am in the human relationship department, in the active level of it, like all of it. And that was Molly. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to teach him anymore. I'm going to partner with her. Like, she is so good at that human connection through bots. So it's a really important piece of that for sure. So
it can be fun and it doesn't have like you will, if you join the ManyChat Facebook group, which I've been a moderator of for several years now. I love that group. It's so valuable, but there's so many strategies that people teach that are dang complicated.
Yeah.
And they're not always more effective. A lot of times what we're going to talk about today, the simplest strategy like is the most direct path to an actual impact, right? An actual sale. So
for sure. And if you guys want to learn how to set them up, like we're going to talk about some how-tos right now, guys, as we dig into these changes. But like, if you want full-on training, link is in the description coming to you now. If you're on Facebook, you can actually just type training. I believe I got that keyword right, and see how bots actually work, right?
And then you can experience the bot. So what it is, it's like a robot, right? That's the word bot. And it responds to your community for you. So these are strategies that I was using before messenger bots. And I bet a lot of them were strategies you were using also, but replying as an actual human. And it just gets to the point where it's like, oh my gosh, this is too much for me to keep up with.
Yeah. It's not that you don't want to, it's that there's a way to do automation that is helpful and, you know.
It looks like it's course is the keyword.
Oh, I'm sorry. Course. Type course. I'm a dork. I'm sorry.
It just shows how easy it is.
If you're on YouTube, you have to click the link. If you're on Facebook, you can type course, not training. What were you thinking, people?
And that is our first tip, how to double your comments in just 1 minute.
Get it wrong every time. All right. So can you kind of recap what's changing for 2020?
Yes. Okay. And here is one thing that I'm going to drop this nugget right now that I think I've never shared before. So when we first were talking about all these changes, not changes, changes that are coming, it was like, I know it's changed so many times that now my brain doesn't even remember. I believe it was January 15th was like the deadline that we knew this was going to be happening. And then what happened? Our good friends over at the Land of the Face and the Books, they said, oh, just kidding. We're pushing it out. And you know what I decided this morning? I'm not even going to tell you the date that it's happening because it could change again. And the truth of it is you should make these changes right now. So just assume that this has already changed.
Okay. That's okay. I will admit to like being like, oh, I'll just wait. Don't be like me.
Well, that's why we're here. I was like, we are going to get your bot. We're so primed and ready for the magic. So, you know, these changes, like, I'll explain what they are. But I really, you know, sometimes we get angry at Facebook. I just realized that my computer is not plugged in, which is awesome.
Oh, no. Okay.
It's not.
Go take care of that.
It's okay for right
well,
now.
Do it real quick.
I'm going to go grab it. I was going to wait my assistant to come back.
That's okay. I'll take care of it.
Okay. You want to talk about changes and how we need to look at them in a positive light? Because, talk about that.
This is absolutely one of the things that Molly and I agree on. And a lot of people will tell you, you know, oh, Facebook is changing things. We got to freak out. And everybody in the industry freaks out. Everybody causes you to freak out. It's a bad situation. There's no need to worry or get upset about changes. The world that we live in is a changing world at all times, right? So it's really important to really think about, okay, how can we be positive about this? How can we look at this as an opportunity to grow our business, to grow our audience, to get more engagement? And instead of worrying, looking at ways to just really dig in and make it a good thing, right? And I get it. Changes are not fun, but as like messenger bots is one of those things that changes constantly. So if you're going to use them, you do need to be prepared for, that process of paying attention to Molly and paying attention to, shows like this where we're just like, okay, let's dig in, let's make these changes and let's keep improving our results, right? That's the key.
And I think that's one of the biggest things you just said is the opportunity. So really, this is an opportunity for you to stand out above the rest of your community, above the people who are in your space, who are maybe serving the same types of people, because you're going to be doing it in a way that's innovative and new. So here is the change that's happening is that they are shifting the way that the types of messages that we are able to send to our community and to send to our subscribers. And this is where people have gotten mad because they're like, wait a minute, you told me I could have, all these people subscribe to my list and I could message them. The rule has always been that you're not allowed to send a promotional message outside of a 24-hour window. Up until now, you have been able to send one extra promotional message, which is where that 24+1 rule comes from. Soon, we will not be able to send that follow-up message, that +1 message. I will say, if any of this ever seems confusing to you, we're going to go through Loria's dashboard on her ManyChat account. Yeah. ManyChat has our back. There are literally warnings, signs everywhere telling you the right way to do this. And you're probably just thinking, oh, I can slide this one through. I'm going to ignore that little warning. You got to stop doing that.
All right, Molly.
Okay. And the cool thing is, so they actually are allowing us to send 4 different types of messages that are non-promotional. And there's one of these types of messages that really is so perfect for live streamers. It's called the confirmed event reminder tag. And so that's where we're going to dive in and have some actual magic happen, where I'm going to show you how to bring in subscribers. I'm also going to show you how you can continue to message those subscribers and be compliant. And I'm going to show you a way that you can, if you've been breaking the rules for a long time, I'm going to show you a way to kind of clean things up so that you can start on a good foot going forward.
Perfect. Okay. So do you want to keep diving into that, or do you want to go to the screen?
Let's
or
just
what?
do it.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
All right then. So this is what ManyChat looks like if you've never seen it. This is the service that we use, that both of us use to use the bots. You don't want to program them from scratch, like she was saying earlier. Don't do that.
Definitely not. And ManyChat makes it really cool, as you'll see, where you can actually view the whole conversation as a little flow chart. So it's pretty dang awesome. I'm also going to show you today part of our triple threat strategy, which allows you to bring in not only messenger bot subscribers, but also email and text message. Because the truth of this is, we don't own Facebook. All kinds of crazy stuff is happening. Yeah. With people getting, in Facebook jail and ad accounts getting shut down and all kinds of stuff like that. It doesn't mean we shouldn't use it, because obviously it's awesome. And we're here talking to, almost 70 people one-on-one in this conversation right now, which would be really
That's
hard
just on one platform too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, we want to make sure that we're still using this amazing tool, but we're not putting all of our eggs in this basket. So I'm going to show you how to make sure you're getting text message subscribers and email, which you can actually do with ManyChat as well.
Okay. All right. Let's dig in. You tell me what to do.
Okay, so here we're just going to start looking at this flow dashboard, because I want to kind of show you what's set up here. So I actually have given Loria access to our 2020 Map to Millions. And the Map to Millions is this process that I developed that allows you to bring in subscribers on a weekly basis. And this exact process drove one of our videos to a reach just on Facebook, a reach of over 1 million, which totally blew my mind. So we've taken it, and for 2020, I've updated it and made it really, really crazy. So this whole thing I put in Loria's bot this morning so that we could walk through and show you what it is. Okay. The cleaning up your list. Let's actually just start with that. You can open that little folder. And so go to the one on the bottom, the confirmed event reminder, opt-in confirmation. So this is new on ManyChat. They're now showing you these stats at the top, which is really cool. And then this content type. So if you're like Laura and I, the kind of gray area that we've been playing in is anyone who subscribes to our messenger bot has obviously said that they want to be reminded when we go live, right?
Right.
Okay. Kinda. So for the most part, yes, but this has definitely been a gray area that you want to be really careful about. So here is the way that I am moving forward doing this. I am not a lawyer. I'm not your lawyer. Take this, look at the rules yourself, but let me just show you what we're going to do to kind of clean this up. So as of right now, since we are able to send that follow-up message, you may want to send this as a follow-up message because it's not technically an event that you're telling them about. So right now it's set as a confirmed event update. Can you actually edit this one? So on the right-hand side, it should say edit. Yeah. Okay. So see this right here. This is really important. And like I said, ManyChat is keeping us up to date on this. So you're able to send a post-purchase update. So if someone has purchased something from you, you can send them an invoice, a receipt, any of those things at any time. You're able to send a confirmed event update. So scroll over that one. Look, they're making it so clear. Confusion is like a state that we live in because we want to stay stuck. Read the dang thing.
Mic drop.
For real. Okay. And I get that it's like, yes, there are some things that are confusing. They've made it crazy clear.
They have.
So now, when it says update subscribers regarding an event that they have registered for, the way that we are reading this English is that our weekly live videos, those are events.
Yes.
100%. I could, go on a lie detector test and say that.
Like if you guys, and just for clarification, like if you guys type show, if you're watching on Facebook only, but if you're watching on Facebook, you can type show in the comments right now and see this happen, right? Like you can unsubscribe if you don't want to, but like you that process is what she's talking about. Like a notification bot is what kind of I refer to it as, so that we text you, we let you know every time we go live, right? And so you can join us. You don't have to worry about Facebook's algorithm not giving you notifications. You don't have to check your email. It's so much easier and smoother. And both of us find massive increase in results every time we use them.
And the simplest reason, not only because people are having more of a human conversation in Messenger than they are in their email inbox, but the open rates in Messenger are bananas compared to email open rates. The click-through rates are bananas. It's funny. I say bananas, but Kelly Mirabella says bananas a lot too. So shout out to Kelly Mirabella. She's awesome. It's crazy. Yeah. So simply the open rates, which are around 80% on average. And email, they're around 20%. So right there. Okay, so scroll down one more. You're going to see the account update. Notify users of a recurring change to their application or account. Now, some people will use this one, meaning like, oh, their Facebook account. I'm going to update them about their Facebook account. Well, I don't know if that's kind of a gray area.
I would say that this is, I would read this as like my group coaching program, right? And that like, okay, hey guys, we've changed the system, the login area where you go, like that kind of thing.
Like that.
Okay.
And I would say like for this exact message, which you're only going to send this out once because it's going to clean up the live video reminders versus the non-live video reminder people, the people who don't want to actually be there. And it's going to help you to get people out of your bot that you don't want to be there. Like Mackenzie Lieberman, who I love so much, who's also a messenger bot expert. She messaged me and she was like, oh my gosh, I just deleted like 2,000 people from my bot. It was the most relieving thing ever. And I was like, that's a non-ego move.
Yeah.
So I did the same thing. And it's get them out of there. There were people who hadn't opened messages in a year. Goodbye.
No, you gotta do it in your email list, your bot list, all of it for sure.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so I would say if you want like this, that account update could maybe be sneakily used for this message, but be careful with that one. Okay, and then other. Click on other. You will not be able to deliver a message that has the other tag outside of 24 hours.
Outside of the people who have interacted in 24 hours.
Thank you. Yeah. So and what that is if someone clicks on a button that sends a message, if someone types in a word inside the bot, that is what an interaction is.
Okay.
So we're going to go over some things to help make sure. The goal is to get people interacting as often as possible so you can continue to send them promotional messages if you want to, or messages to get more information and have a deeper relationship.
Okay.
So because surveys are not actually allowed in any of these things outside the 24 hours. So people think they can send a question that's like, hey, I have a question for you. Yes or no? Like, may I ask it here? Yes or no? That's not allowed anymore.
Okay.
So just to be clear. Yeah. Okay. I
And
like it.
by the
All
way,
right.
if you guys have questions as we're going through, remember, type Q and your question, and we'll coming back to questions for the live stream, okay? All right, keep
I like it.
going.
I see some awesome ones coming, so we'll come back to them. Okay, so obviously Laura is going to change this so it doesn't say hi, I'm Molly, because
I don't know, maybe not. Maybe I'll pretend to be you.
Oh my gosh. And those of you that are in the Messenger Automation Academy, this whole template, we've given it to our GLAM members, which is our coaching program. But
Nice.
Messenger Automation Academy, you guys are getting this whole template too, just so you know.
And Messenger Automation Academy is the course that I was talking about earlier that Molly has, and you have that link in the comments and also in the description for you guys to access that.
So if already looking at this, you're like, what? Just know if you join us in there, we can actually just go bloop, bloop, bloop,
Bloop,
and then
bloop.
you'll have the whole thing.
Just like that. There you go.
Okay, so here we're saying like we're doing a little house cleaning. We'll go through this part pretty quickly because this is like a one-time thing that you'll do. So a little house cleaning. We want to make sure that you actually want to be here. You opted in to receive these live video reminders, but we don't want you to, stay here if you don't actually want to be here. So do you want to? Yes or no? Now, I want to highlight one thing here. This view that you're looking at, this is like the original way of looking at a messenger bot conversation. Can you actually click on the top right? No. Oh, get out of the edit section. I'm sorry. So no. Well, I think I just can't see on the right-hand side of the screen, but it should say like there.
Oh, go to Flow Builder. There it is.
Yep. So this Flow Builder allows you to see the whole flow all built out. So there's one little thing that I'm doing that has been really helpful in segmenting my community. So we are actually having two different types of tags. One is live video reminders, and one is confirmed live video reminders. So here's my
okay.
Yeah. So live video reminders is like my gray area. I think you want a live video reminder.
You've done something with us and we think you might want one.
And I've told you, like, when you do this thing, like if you want access to our show notes, for example, you'll also get access to live video reminders.
Okay.
Maybe tagged with live video reminders. The next step might be, please confirm that you want live video reminders. When they click that, they're going to get that confirmed live video reminder thing. So sometimes I do more than one live video a week, or we have Kelly, who's our awesome, our director of education. She does a live video. We don't send all of our subscribers to Kelly's videos necessarily. We make sure that they've actually double opted in by clicking that confirmed live video reminder. So you'll see later how I segment that out so that there's two different places that those tags go.
Okay.
Here, I just have it on both. Okay. Then check this out. This is awesome. Once they click yes, please, it's going to go to another flow. So all the way
up here,
following it up there, that's the action, which is tagging them, saying that you're going to be able to segment them by that specific tag in the future when you send your message. And then this other flow, which is green, you see that little green guy? Click open flow, because this is where we start to get super magical.
Oh boy. Okay.
And if you're someone who has been sending out messages to every single person who ever opted into your bot, just say, been there in the chat, and know that it's okay because we've all been there and we're going to help you. Okay, so what happens here is we're actually now able to opt them into text messages. And the reason that I have this as a separate flow is because this flow you're going to see going forward, we're going to drive them to this flow every single week. For people like later on in the thing if they've not subscribed via text message. So click on that little guy. And then scroll down. Now we don't need a content type on this one because we know that they've already unlocked that 24-hour window because they're getting it partway through a flow.
Oh, I thought you had to choose that content type on every piece that it was available on. Is that not the case?
I mean, I think you can, as like best practice, choose other, but I don't believe, like, otherwise I'd have 70,000 messages in the past that I would need to go back and edit.
Right.
For right now, I mean, maybe as best practice, just select other, but just know that if it doesn't have a content type, it's not able to be sent outside of the 24-hour window. So that's the real thing. But this is never going to be sent outside the 24-hour window because they're getting it after they click a button.
Got it. Okay.
Now, at this point, it says, thanks. And would you like to receive text message reminders? You can always stop by replying with the word stop. I'm letting them know consistently how they can unsubscribe.
Yeah.
Okay, when they click yes.
Okay.
You'll see it's going to send them to this action. That little puzzle piece is to set text message opt-in. And then watch this. Now we say, great, confirm your phone number below. It should be in this format. Fiona asked a great question, which is where
I can't see questions right now, so I'm glad you're seeing them.
I'm looking at it on my phone. So earlier she asked, is text messaging only for the US? I know that recently they opened up a couple of other countries. I can't remember what countries they were.
Yeah.
It's always changing. So check back on it, right? So obviously if you have a community that has lots of other countries in it, you maybe want to vary this, or you may want to say US only, check it and see what countries are available. Then they're going to input their phone number right there, and it's going to save. On this one, it's actually going to save. Luria, if you want to hit edit, I can show one little thing about this. And
oh wait, hold on. Gotta go in there.
And just as a reminder, you're only allowed to send messages outside of 24 hours when they interacted if it fits into one of those 4 categories. So if you wanted to send a message to all of your community and say, hey, do you want to receive text message reminders? You're not really allowed to do that. So they have to come into the bot, unlock that window in order to send it.
Okay.
Right now, it's still kind of gray, which is why I have that clean up your list thing. So you want to do this clean up your list thing like as soon as possible.
Okay.
Okay. So here it's going to save it to the system field, that little green thing. And what a field is a little section inside your bot that stores information from each individual subscriber. So there's a system field, which is the fields that are created within ManyChat. They come from the ManyChat system. And then you can add any of your own fields that you want. So we'll ask questions like, hey, can you let me know what is it that you offer? And then we have a field that's called, what do you offer? That information is then transferred to a spreadsheet, transferred into HubSpot, transferred into all kinds of other places.
And that's important just for that conversation. It's also important for your information gathering because, as we remember, we are asking questions all the time and we are creating content based on the questions that come to us through all channels, right? So,
which then is providing a better experience for your community.
Exactly.
So if you have like half of your community is in direct sales and half of them are coaches, and you send out something to your whole list about direct sales, half of them aren't going to care.
Right.
They might unsubscribe. But if you know that they offered something in direct sales and you can segment that.
Segmentation is so key. So key.
Okay. So here you're going to get the phone number.
Okay.
And then watch this. It gets really cool. So after that, sweet, here you go. Join our Facebook community. So obviously, Luria would change this.
Right.
Right.
As will you. Yes. Everybody.
Yes. Okay,
not
now,
Molly, but you.
Here, scroll all the way down to the bottom of this little sucker. Okay. Check this out. This little checkbox says continue to another step.
Okay.
So without them clicking anything, you're able to start another step. Now, this other step could be a text message. It could be an email. It could be another message that you're sending. So what we're able to do now that we have their phone number and we have that they've opted into text message without doing anything else, we're able to send them a message.
Okay.
So click that little message. And it just says, it's now I'm offering more value and I'm just checking in as a human. So scroll up, it says, it's Mollybot. This is really big because in California, I don't know about other states in the world or other places in the world, but in the state of California, you're not allowed to pretend that you're a person if you're actually an automated service like a bot. So inside ManyChat, everything comes from the voice of our bot. And I'm transferring that over into the text message as well. A lot of people will send their text messages from the voice of the person, even though it's an automated mass text message, which really irks me as a user because I'm like, I know this is not you.
Right.
So email, I still write in first person. I feel like that still feels kind of like you're sending a letter to someone.
Oh, totally.
But in text message, I'm writing everything from Mollybot's voice.
Okay.
And so here I'm just confirming that you're set for text reminders and I'm giving them a bonus training so they get extra value from opting in.
Okay.
Cool. And then I include that PS, you can unsubscribe by replying with the word stop.
Yeah. You have that on like everything.
Yeah. I just like never want, here's 2 reasons. 1, I never want anybody in here who doesn't want to be. 2, one of the reasons you get flagged for spam is if people give you they report you, they give you a bad thing. So I want everyone to know you can get out of here anytime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's something that you have to be okay with. You have to be okay with losing people because that's the only way. I can't seem to scroll over. Hang on. Are we going to the next step?
We're going to go to the next step.
Okay. Yeah. There we go.
Awesome. We have a couple of questions that I'll just super quickly drop in. So first of all, Bobby said I just shared, this is so great. So if this is something that's like Yeah, thank you so much. And if this is something that you find valuable, sprinkle it amongst your friends. I know we've got a watch party going. Also, if you're in the watch party, I'm checking in on you. Hi, Abby. So if and also Piotr or Pure, I never know how to pronounce your name, and I know
He says we can say Peter, but I always try and say Piotr, but I don't know if that's even right.
Okay, awesome. I'm going to have you like voice message it to me.
Oops.
Yeah, so we have all these templates inside the Messenger Automation Academy, which you can grab by giving us the word courses below.
Yes, or you can go to that live stream, that link.
Yeah, perfect. Okay.
Course,
the link
not
is
courses.
Right there. Oh, course, Jeepers Creepers.
We're just a hot mess.
Okay, so that's like the prep work that you want to do to make sure everybody is actually supposed to be there.
Okay.
Let's get into what we do every single week. Are you ready?
Yes, I was looking for the button. Okay, let's do it.
We're actually going to start. Are you cool if we go back to the 2020 flows?
Of course.
Okay. So you're going to come into this 2020 flows, and what we have here, we have 2 broadcast templates.
Okay.
We also have 2 keyword templates. So the keywords are things that we're going to connect to the growth tool, which is the thing that we attach to our videos or we attach to a post where they can drop a word below that and then automatically get sent information via this keyword flow.
By the way, before we dive into that, we should talk about something that you and I were talking about privately recently. Facebook has has a new helpful feature. It's for the scheduled post. So if you schedule your live stream, they will create a single post for the announcement. When you go live, it becomes a completely different URL. So promotions that you send broken, that's a whole different topic. What I want to talk about specifically right now is your growth tools. So I started doing growth tools just that work on all posts. So
this is a change that happened in August so the growth tool is any way that you can bring someone into your bot. It can be a link, it can be a pop-up. One of the best ones to use for us is that comment growth tool.
Yes.
And it used to be that you could only use it with one singular post and it was connected to that post. Now you can actually set it up across all of your posts.
Which is super helpful, and it works for the scheduled post issue that Facebook is hopefully going to fix one day. Thanks for subscribing. Thank you for the super chat, West Coast Chicano. Appreciate you over on YouTube. Thank you. But Abby didn't pop up. Oh, we have an overlay that's supposed to pop up. This helps because then if you attach it to your announcement post in preparation, then it won't be working for your live post. So just do it to all posts.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah.
And 2 other additional clarifications. One is you have to be careful because each video or each post will only work for 1 word per person. So if you type show here and then you type course, it won't send you the second message.
Wait, what? It used to?
Yeah. Definitely not. It will only trigger for 1 person.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah, so I was actually going to say something about it earlier.
Oh, okay.
When you said now say the word show, I was going to say if anybody said course already or if anybody said show already, but I can show you a way that you can catch that after the fact, which is kind of crazy, but we can do that at the end maybe. But
because you can see that the thread says see response. So if it doesn't say that, then you could manually respond.
Right. And so when you're looking at the post after the fact, right next to the comment, it will say underneath the comment, it will say either message or see response. The other thing that's tricky about that is that we've noticed on some clients, it doesn't say message or see response. And we're like, what? But if you open the video in a wider format so that the comments are on the side, it will show up there. It just might not always show up below the video.
Don't you love Facebook sometimes?
But I mean, what am I saying? This is an opportunity for you to get this stuff right and other people not to be able to figure it out and to stay stressed out.
Yes, exactly. I was just going to try and visualize that real quick. I'm pulling one up. Here we go.
Try it. I last time I checked it, it only replies to 1 person per video. It actually just happened yesterday with a client who was confused. So perfect.
So see here. Oh yeah. See response. That's how you know that the bot has sent a response.
Yeah. And then see the other one, this is actually really, really ninja. See underneath it where it says message?
Yes.
Check that out. You can only actually send that message if that comment has been dropped within 7 days.
Yes.
So you want to make sure you catch those within a week of when the video happened.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All the clarifications. And then one last little thing. I know we have all different kinds of platforms here for pre-scheduling videos. So vMix, which looks so good. And I actually bought a separate computer just so I could figure out how to use vMix because it looks so awesome.
Oh, girl, we have to talk. This is
We
vMix,
really
by
do.
the way, guys.
Okay. So Loria's using vMix right now, which is awesome. With vMix, that happens. The split post happens. If you're using something like BeLive or Ecamm, both of those, I don't know exactly why, but it may be because it's a preferred platform within Facebook. And so it doesn't happen with those, which is so interesting. It only creates that new version if you edit the photo. If you schedule it via BeLive or
interesting.
which is why I reached out to you because our clients were using vMix and I was like, this doesn't happen with my videos. I don't know what's happening.
But it happens with almost every other platform out there.
So I think it's because they're preferred. Like if you go to Facebook's recommended tools for live video, they are one of the recommended tools.
So it's not
weird.
happening to you when you use BeLive at all?
No, only if I go in and edit the photo placeholder after the fact, then it pops that new one up. But I'm always able to get that video link ahead of time.
Well, now I'm going to have to test that on all the platforms just to see which ones. I've got some testing to do.
Oh my gosh. Okay, awesome. So many good things. So let's get back into the flows section. So the cool thing is with ManyChat, if you have a flow that is like a template, you can actually create a broadcast, which is the message that you send out to your community from that flow. And it doesn't edit the flow. It just pulls the information into a broadcast, which is awesome.
Okay.
So let's start at the very beginning. A very
This
good
one?
place to start. Nope. I'm sorry, beginning of the process. So that's like a separate little ninja thing that's going to happen at the end.
Of this one?
Hold on one second. We're going to stop at the keyword live video reminder opt-in. Down.
This one.
So at the very bottom is what we're saying. So this is the beginning of the process. So what you're going to do every week is you're going to post a post that says, hey, I'm offering this. Are you experiencing this problem? If you are, I'm going to do a training to solve it for you. If you want to join us, let me know below. Notice I'm not saying comment. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying let me know below.
Okay. Is that this? Oh.
Yeah. And then this is after the growth tool picks them up.
Okay.
This is what they're
So what you were talking about was just a regular Facebook post.
A regular Facebook post.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. And we call it it's like the pre-show invite.
Okay.
So it's kind of what Facebook is trying to create on its own now, which thanks Facebook, like we had it.
Right. We were good. Thanks.
Okay. So here, congrats, here's access to our upcoming training. This link will take you to the live and the replay. Now, I actually mix this up a couple of times. By this point, they've already opted in, so I can just put the link right there. I don't need to put it inside a button because they're going to get this after they opt in.
Okay.
So if you were going to edit this, you would put that there. Now, here's the thing. There are some people who think that once they opt in for one training, you can't send them every other invites to or reminders for every other training. I personally am walking the gray area here. I think if they come to one, they should come to all. Right? Okay. So this can do the safe version. On mine, I'm like, great. And you'll now also receive trainings in the future, but I'm not telling you to be that risky if you don't want to be. If you want to be, it's on you. Okay. So here, scroll down to the bottom and you'll see, do you see this continue to next step? And if you go to the right and you scroll down on the right, like where that green thing is, scroll down there. Maybe you have to drag. Yeah. At the very bottom, it's automatically tagging them as general live video reminders.
Right here.
So this is where that double opt-in thing came into play. So if you want to be a little risky, you can give them the live video reminders there. If you want to be really, really compliant, you got to get them to click that get response or get reminder button. Okay. When they click that get reminder button, they're going to get a tag that says confirmed live video reminder so that you'll be able to send them a broadcast in the future.
Oops.
And then
clicking all the wrong buttons.
Yeah.
This one?
Down and it says, yay, you'll be reminded about our upcoming free live video trainings. Then automatically it's going to send them what? You don't need to click on it.
Okay.
It's going to send them that text message flow that we just went through.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And then it's going to say, thanks. And would you like to receive text message reminders? And you probably could add a button there that says like, I'm already in for text message reminders or something, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, because this is just like the basic template. Okay, and then I love to direct them to my old shows so they can see past shows as
I noticed that past shows right here.
So you're creating all these videos, get more people to them. And so what we do as a part of our full system, which I'll walk you through this next step in a second, is we actually do show notes for every single show and we put them inside our Facebook group.
Okay.
So I'm driving them to our Facebook group, to the file where there's blog posts with show notes for all of our past shows.
And are you breaking those up into topics kind of thing?
Well, I was just about to say, you know how you can't do playlists on Facebook, which is so annoying. Right before you said that, I had the thought, I probably should break those up into subjects like playlists. So,
I was like, wow, that's overwhelming.
Which is why it's so good to teach things, because you have ahas all the time.
Oh,
right?
yeah. I love my group coaching calls because I'm always like, or my one-on-one client calls, like I'm always like thinking of things for other people. And I'm like, wait, hold on.
I should be doing that myself. It's like the absolute best. I love it.
Totally.
So, we will be doing that in the future.
Okay.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so this is going to be our keyword that we're going to send them to once you edit it, right? So now let's figure out, how do we actually get them to this keyword? We set this up first. Now we're going to go into the growth tools.
Okay.
And now in these growth tools, it's already there because it was part of the template that I gave you. So see this pre-show invite? Click on that guy. And then you can do this with a specific post if you want, or you can do it with all of your posts. We actually do it with a specific post every single week because we create a new keyword every week.
Okay.
So, but either way. So, and then the trigger word is going to be what they have to give you below the video on Facebook, or the post, below the post on Facebook.
And that, in this case, is course, not training or courses, but course. Right? This is how I do that, right?
Totally. Right. And then you got to remember what you did. You can just leave it open-ended, but if you're going to do it for all posts, do not leave it open-ended because it's a hot mess.
And I don't even suggest leaving it open-ended, regardless. I always have a keyword. I hate when I go to streams and then I just get a response because I commented and I didn't ask for anything.
Yeah. So I don't know if you remember 2 Aprils ago when I was actually having a full freak out.
Yeah.
I was in Hawaii and I was messaging you consistently throughout the whole day because someone said that they thought it was actually against the terms of service to do this, to ask someone to comment on a singular word. Ignore them. It's clearly okay. That was 2 years ago. Okay. So what we do though is for videos, we always use a specific word because of the reason that Loria said. For posts though, we often will use an open-ended question. If you want to join us, let us know what's your biggest question about live video right now. Yeah. So it serves as an awesome market research tool because then we're getting all of these, juicy comments. It actually feeds Facebook and helps us not get flagged for engagement bait because Facebook doesn't like it when the post has only one single word the whole entire time.
Right.
On a video, it's a conversation. So there's going to be other comments in here. So that's how we have different.
So you're not using this. You're just asking open-ended questions and then going back manually later.
No, we're using this.
Oh, okay.
But we're just leaving the trigger word open for the invite.
I see. Okay.
Not for the video, but for the post
for
where
the
we're saying you want to join us.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Click to the next step. And this just came out. I don't know if you've seen it, but it is the coolest thing. Did you know you can add a button here now?
I did see that this morning when I was setting up our bot for today. I was like, wait, did I just miss this in the past? I just kind of breezed through it. Yay!
It came out last month and this is game changer and has changed our conversion rates.
I bet.
It's so good.
Because it's so hard to get people to click on a button or click on a link within the comment. And so, and in fact,
you used to have to say, please reply with a specific word.
Okay,
you don't have to do that anymore.
That's so funny because for the course bot today that I did, I had set it up with the button, and then I realized I was like, wait, I'd never done it that way. I had them, and so then I freaked out and went back to the old way of doing things.
Yeah, so I can actually show you how to edit the old one to make it even more effective if you want. Really quickly too. Let's actually do that. So go back to the growth tools, and I'll just show you the final step. Okay, so we lost those changes. It's good. Go to course.
Oh, I didn't figure we wanted to keep changes.
Oh, no, we're perfect. It's good. Molly template, would that be it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So now you see, if you go back to that, actually, are you okay if we look at those stats? Because it's super helpful. So if you go back to the widgets, click widgets or whatever. Yeah, right there. So you can see 27 impressions and 16 opt-ins. That means 27 of you gave us the word course below this, but you didn't actually read the message that we sent and reply with the word course. Now, I commend you because that means that you're actually paying attention to us here. So it's really tricky because you want people to stay here with us.
Right.
So people may go back and do that later, but we're going to shift this to make it even easier. So open that up. And this is like, the first time we added this, we had 100% opt-in rate, which was amazing. So click next.
That's the thing, the keyword. Yep. Then next. See,
now here,
I have to like put fire bolts and everything to call attention to the fact that you have to type yes.
So we're going to delete annoying. That last line. So don't have it say type yes. Say click. Oh, actually, Command Z. Just kidding, because you can actually just Command Z. Yep. Just change the word type and say just click.
Okay.
Easy. Okay, now on the button, you type in that yes. Yep. And then click go to flow.
Okay.
Now select a flow. So underneath it, hit select a flow. And you're going to select the flow that you just created. I think it was that 45. Go back to flows. You want to do the one that you already created for us. So I think it's that one that has 16 opt-ins. It's growth tool number 415, whatever that. Click on that. It'll let us see it. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Now you select that flow.
Whoa.
And it's connecting it together. Ah! So good, right?
That is so good. That's exciting. Wait, hold on. Do I need to? I need to not
turn that off.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So then at the top, hit save. You're good. Now it's good.
So
awesome, right?
Freaking awesome. So these templates that is making this way easier on me, because I got to tell you, I literally have not taken action on any of this stuff yet because I've been kind of like putting bots on the back burner because I didn't have to. And also like I was going to have to come up with new stuff, all like just a new format. But these flows that you've made, they're amazing, and they're making it so easy, as I can see. Like, this is my first time seeing them, by the way, guys.
Like, I gave it to her this morning, but right before.
Yeah. I was like, what is this thing? And, so this is what you're offering everybody who gets the course, the messenger automation.
We just created these templates, so they're not even in there yet. I'm going to be putting them in there this week. So those of you who are already in there know that you're going to get access to this. And I was sharing with you, you had asked me about updates and stuff. We're actually doing a full overhaul to keep everything, because there's been so many changes. Like that little button thing wasn't even there a month ago. So you'll notice I've started at the top and I'm going through and I'm redoing every single piece that we have in there. So, and we have a monthly training, loads of questions that we're answering and stuff. So it's pretty awesome.
Okay. This is amazing. Okay.
So let's go to the next step. So after they opt in, if you go back to the flows. By the way,
so many questions coming through. We're going to get to questions. I promise this is a lengthier episode just because like we have so much to cover. So we're coming back to questions.
Okay. And are you okay time-wise?
I'm great. Yeah.
You're good. Okay, perfect.
Are you guys good in the chat room? Let us know.
Are you okay? Is this helpful?
Is this helping you actually? Or you could just get the bot or the course.
Makes it easy. Yeah. Because I am going through this pretty quickly, and there are lots of little nuances in it as well that like we don't obviously we've already we don't have time to go through every single thing. So, okay, awesome. So we're gonna go now. You've gotten them to opt in, right? So you have the growth tool and the keyword that get them to opt in. Now, how do you actually tell them that the video is happening? A lot of people are like, oh, so now they've opted in for live reminders, so it's just going to send them live reminders automatically.
No.
And this is, we don't offer full done for you services anymore. If
you don't?
Did it?
Oh, okay.
You know that we do kind of.
Well, so I was like, wait, what?
When we do, it's a full, we are now in a place where it's a full $30,000 package. Oh no. Are you there?
Okay. I'm plugged back in.
Okay.
It's live.
So it's just so much that we do support wise when we do it. So when we do it only for $30,000. So if you want to jump in and do that for our $30,000 package, awesome. Instead, what we're doing is we're putting so much support into these programs where we're helping you to be able to do it yourself.
Good.
Or we're offering consulting where we're teaching you and your team. And as we go into this next step, you're going to see why it's actually better to have someone internal in your business be building this out for you.
Yeah.
With this live video system. So it's awesome, but it's also every week this whole thing has to be built out.
Yeah.
So let's get to the broadcasts. So click on broadcast.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now at the top on the right-hand side, you're going to click broadcast from Flow. Now, because you have this template, and I use this template in my stuff also, it makes it so easy. You click 2020 Map to Millions, and then you're going to click broadcast live video reminder. Up, broadcast. Yeah, right there.
Oh my God. You are amazing, Molly.
Like really good. The cool thing, I know, I messaged Larry. I was like, would you like my template?
I was like, I don't know what it is, but sure. And now I am in love.
So here you're going to click select this flow. And I want to let you know that if you want to, if you're like nervous about it, I love how ManyChat gives us a chance to check it on the right-hand side.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So from here, this allows you to preview it, but you can also edit it. Now I have written on here, enter your awesome live video or whatever, your awesome message. So you obviously need to edit this, Becca. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So you're going to edit this guy here. You're going to select the type, which is
confirmed event updates.
Yay! Okay. Why? Because they confirmed that they wanted to be reminded about your live video event. This is the same thing that also can work for a webinar, for an in-person event. You know, there's so much.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
I'm just checking on like people really quick. Okay. They're loving it. They love this training. It's helping so much. Fantastic. So so in the flow, after they've confirmed the event, that they want your event reminders, your live show reminders. Now we're sending them this broadcast to tell them, hey, we're live.
Yeah. And we're going to schedule this ahead of time. So once you get good at this, it really doesn't take that long, especially with these templates. If you're building it out every time, it takes a little longer. But with this, it's like Mad Libs. You just fill it in. And I honestly, those of you that got my bot this morning, you know what it was? It was I copied and pasted Luria's description for this video. So I often use
So did I.
Perfect. So it's all about like creating something amazing once and then shifting it a little bit for each platform. So in email, I write it in first person and it's a little longer. In the bot, I write it from Mollybot's voice and it's a little shorter, right? Okay. And then like you've been doing before, we always include yes and a replay because we found that a lot of people would, when I didn't have the replay button there, they would message us and be like, oh, I can't make it. Will there be a replay? Yeah.
Yes.
So that's super important to have that yes and replay. And then we also almost always give the no live reminders option.
Yeah. And then so, let's talk about that real quick. So no live reminders actually goes to a message that like, it doesn't just unsubscribe them because I got to tell you, there are so many people who hit the wrong buttons all the time. And so you got to be aware that that happens. It's not your fault. It's like just people moving fast, right? They hit the wrong button. So you don't want to just unsubscribe them, which is something Molly told me to fix on mine. She puts them to a message like this, like, are you sure you want to unsubscribe? Then they unsubscribe. And then the
other cool thing, oh my gosh, which I didn't even share this in the beginning. If you want to send a promotional message, you can. You just have to pay for it. And we did one for the first time because I was like so nervous about it. We did one for the first time for our last masterclass. It was so awesome. Yeah. We had conversions at like 19 cents.
Holy cow. Are you serious? How much did you spend?
Are you ready for it? $26.
Oh my God. Wow. That's awesome.
There's a couple of things that are a little funky. We can do a whole other video about those paid messages, but you don't want to unsubscribe people completely because even though you can actually send them a paid message, I think if they've unsubscribed, there's like other information and stuff that you may want to keep them if they're in that kind of limbo area. Eventually you want to get them out of there, but if they just say no live video reminders, there may be other things that they want to learn from you.
Tell you what, we'll do a whole, like you said, whole other video. Yeah. If you guys do have additional questions, I will be shooting some of these educational videos with Molly at Social Media Marketing World coming up. And so then we'll get those out the door as quickly as possible to you guys.
Amazing. Okay. So fun. Okay. So from here, go back and notice that I have that little action there that tags them with no live reminders.
Ow, no.
Okay. So I tag them no live reminders when they click that. And then let's go to that other message there. Yep. And so this says, sweet, the link. And obviously, if you are in our program and you use these templates, change the language up a little bit so that we're not all saying things in the same voice. Okay. This link will take you both to the live and the replay. And then here, that's where you put the link. We don't need to put a button. You can just put it right there unless you want to track the clicks. But I usually just put it right there in case something goes wonky with the button. I want them to be able to copy and paste that link.
Do things tend to go wonky?
No, not so much anymore. But
Okay.
sometimes Facebook changes things where all of a sudden it's opening it in like the watch platform and you can't actually even see what's happening because it's like in a different platform.
Right.
So, it's like there's a couple of reasons that I do that. The other thing is, now that like we talked about, so we're using vMix right now because that question just came up in my watch party as well. If you're using vMix, make sure that you use a pretty link because you want to, or like a forwarding link because you want to swap out. You're not going to be able to get the right link for your video ahead of time.
Oh, yeah.
So the link that you post in there, like, I think this is a tip that you maybe gave me. I don't know who told me this. You, Owen, or Stephanie told me this.
One of us. Yeah. I'll take the credit now.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know who said it, but use a forwarding link. And this is something that we've done for our, like, let's say I'm doing a live video masterclass and I'm using Facebook Live for it. If something happens and I've promoted that link,
right,
it's gone.
Yeah. I think that was me. I think I used to do that, but I don't anymore. I forgot.
My gosh. It's such a good thing. And we realized it, like I did a 5-day challenge and I created links ahead of time that was like molly.live/FDC1, molly.live/ or not FDC, 5DC, whatever I did. But I had the links created ahead of time so that my emails could be created. And then I just go back in and I fix the forwarding. And what I do in the first place is I have the forwarding go just to my business page. And that sets it up in a way that if for some reason I'm running late, I don't actually get that forwarding link in there. At least they're just going to the business page.
Yeah.
So you're never going to get a broken link.
I saw this question come through. It's a really, really important question. So I want to tackle it before we get to the Q&A section, since we were just talking about the broadcast. Elizabeth wants to know how far in advance you send out your bot when your live show is planned, a few hours or at the time of the event. What do you do, Molly?
Yeah, so we do about 15 minutes to 20 minutes ahead of time.
Okay.
And you'll see there's also a text message. Sometimes we'll send two. So we'll send one that's like a half hour before and then one that's right when we're live. Because we found that when we send it right when we're live, not everybody opens the message right away. So there's like a little grace period that you want to give them a chance to open that message.
I will say for me, and this is something that I always tell people to test because it's different for every audience. For me, I literally send mine 3 minutes before. And that's when I get the most people, the most traction. So it's something that's very different for every audience.
Because if it is 15 minutes before, they could open it, read it, and then forget about it.
Yeah, they're on to something else. So that's what I find people do for the most part around my parts.
Yeah,
that sounded weird.
I mean, it's really like your own thing. For a webinar or masterclass, like a bigger video that we're doing,
for sure,
I actually do 2 of them. So I do one that's a half hour, and then I do one that's like, we're live right now. I love it. Okay, let's go back to the broadcast. Amazing. So you'll notice at the very bottom of this, if you go back to the main message, sorry, that first message, the starting message, scroll down. What do we have here?
Start another flow.
This is really important.
Okay.
ManyChat actually gives you the ability to send a messenger broadcast and a text message broadcast at the same exact time.
Okay.
However, we had a major error happen because of doing that, which I'll explain in the next step. So we shifted it. I figured out this ninja way to do it. You don't send them both at the same exact time. You have a separate flow and it goes to that separate flow.
Got it.
So if you click on that separate flow, this you would also want to edit. So this is literally the flow from the last one that I did.
Okay.
So today I changed it so it had your name and our link. So join, and this is in third person again, right? So it's join so-and-so and so-and-so, whatever, at this time as we dive into whatever. It's really short because it's coming in a text message and it just has that little link. Again, it's a forwarding link in case Facebook gets your video, in case there's a tech issue, that forwarding link will save you.
Yeah, okay.
And then I just have this link will also take you to the replay. And sometimes I'll add in there, PS, you can unsubscribe by typing stop or stop chatting by typing stop, but not every time.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, and then go back to, sorry, now you got to go back to broadcasts. There we go. A little bit. Yep. Awesome. Okay. And then you go to the next step. So on the top on the right-hand side, the blue button. Sorry, that blue button. On the very top on the right.
Sorry.
All the way up. Nope. All the way up.
I'm trying to get there. Go next.
Sorry. Okay.
That's what we were trying to do.
Okay. Now, remember that nugget that I dropped earlier that said confusion is a choice that keeps us stuck. This page could not be clearer.
Right.
Granted it's using some big words like legal speak that feels a little scary. So that will raise confusion, but it gives you, and this has actually existed for since like the dawn of time with ManyChat and bots.
Yeah.
But people
ManyChat is
ignore it.
really good at it. At this education.
Yeah. So you can click either non-promotional. If you click that, watch what happens. Can you scroll just a little bit to the right? Are you okay with showing those numbers of like subscribers and stuff?
Let's see.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
So you'll notice it's going to change up on the right-hand side. It'll change based on how many people fit that category.
Right.
So if you click on promotional, 97 people can be sent that message because 97 people have interacted in the bot within 24 hours.
Oh, okay.
Now, if you click follow up, see that it jumps up to 1,400.
Right.
So if you want to send that cleanup message that we talked about in the beginning and you want to be super compliant, do it as a follow-up message.
Okay.
Or you can kind of bend the rules and do whatever you want. But this follow-up message will only be allowed for what we know right now until March 4th.
Okay.
So, and then if you scroll up to the very top, I think,
Oops.
the very, where does it have? Scroll down a little bit. I guess the paid thing is a totally separate thing now. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so just be aware that ManyChat is letting us know in the top, always check those numbers, because if all of a sudden you see it's only going to 3 people, it might be that you didn't select the confirmed event reminder tag.
Okay.
And
that's, so like we've got to do.
Then you're going to hit tag. Nope. Tag.
Oh, right.
Oh my gosh. Check this out. There's 2 types of tags, what gets really confusing. So there's this tag, and then there's that category, which is where we set confirmed event update. That's also called a tag inside Facebook, which is weird. So here you're going to type, scroll up, actually, and you're going to click tag.
Mm-hmm.
And then tag is live video reminders. Now, you haven't sent this out to anybody, so no one is tagged with that yet.
Just set it up, yeah.
Okay. And then you'll also do condition. And then tag isn't no live reminders.
Oops. No.
Oh.
Wrong thing.
Okay.
Tag. No live
Isn't.
reminders.
Oh,
Oops.
so now
Yep,
that's
yep.
easy. Isn't, yeah.
Okay.
And so now you're going to be super clear. Anyone who has ever said they don't want live reminders is not going to get it. Anyone who says they want live reminders is going to get it.
Love it. I love how easy you've made that. Yeah.
Super easy. Okay. And then the other thing that you want to pay attention to, if that number up at the top says that the numbers are not available, I start to have a panic attack. And this is what happened before. So we actually had, actually, can you go back to that picture? I want to show you one other cool thing. So if you go to just click on broadcasts, like up in the top left-hand side, and then click new broadcast, there's 4 different types of broadcasts that you can send out: a messenger broadcast, a text message broadcast, an email broadcast, or multi-channel. So if you click multiple channel, oh, you haven't connected those channels, which we're going to show you how to do. We've already talked about that. So if you select that one, look, it'll allow you to do it right there. You can enable text messaging, just click enable, and then you can enable email also. Okay. Oh, try it again. I think it'll work now. And for text messaging, you do have to pay. I did drop some new dates for you. You do have to pay, but right now they've given us free access. So right now is like the most amazing time to do it because they're awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I keep thinking like, oh, I need to take advantage of that. Sorry, I keep shifting, guys, by the way. I have like a sciatic nerve issue going on, so I'm just trying to stay comfortable. I know that that's really awkward. I'm just like moving all over the place. I just thought I'd call that out.
I'm moving just because I like to like dance.
That should have gone with the dancing. Okay, so.
And so this, if you click new broadcast.
Yeah.
Again. And if you click on that multiple channels, let's see if it works. Yeah. So here it'll actually, this is what I was saying. It'll allow you to send an email, an SMS, and a message all at the same time. But the problem is you won't be able to get that number of how many people it's going to. So we had a tag set wrong in a broadcast that was going out when we first did this. And it sent it to like 5,000 people when it was only supposed to send it to a few people because of some weird thing that happened in the tag.
Okay.
So that's why I'm not using this one. I'm doing the go to another flow.
Got it.
Just to be clear.
Yeah.
Okay. I love that everybody's like, I have to watch this again. I know.
Yeah, you're definitely going to want to watch this again, guys. Like there's so much to unpack. I am watching this again. I'm already planning on that.
And I promise you that like once, if you have templates like this or once you get in there and you do it, it doesn't take very long. Like it probably takes me 10 to 15 minutes to set up the whole process of all the growth tools, all that stuff now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So then there's one more little step. Do we have time to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So now you've sent the message out that and you want to schedule it. So let's not even go over that though. That is like an easy thing. So because just time wise, let's go back to the flows. So you'll schedule this broadcast to go out at a certain time. We already talked about that kind of earlier. Now click on the map to millions. Okay, now in here, there's one more keyword that we want to set up before we go live. And that is the free gift template. So the keyword with the free gift.
Okay.
Okay. Water.
Drink break.
Okay, I just have these in here as examples because this is what I use most of the time. We don't always give the masterclass as a free gift. It's like sometimes we'll give, if we have a guest, we'll give their free thing, or we'll lead to an offer or a program like we're doing today. And the cool thing is, like, I'm always super transparent, right? Anyone who has said courses or course below this, right? If you click on the link, obviously you're just right there. But if you've gotten access to that course information via ManyChat, we now can message you, but for the next 24 hours,
right,
reminding you that you should join us in that program because you've unlocked that window.
Right. Because you've taken action.
Yes. Okay. So every single week though, we're doing show notes. So we have a whole system for doing show notes where we chop off our videos and turn them into a blog post and different things. Mm-hmm. And this actually leads people to our Facebook group. So look at this show notes. If you click that little show notes button, it takes you to, I'm actually bringing them into a Facebook custom audience, which if you're not doing that, you can just delete that action and connect those two. But we actually have a custom audience of only our show notes requesters. And that's a custom audience of a really warm audience on Facebook. Yeah. It automatically updated.
Okay.
What? Okay. Then click send message.
So good. Yeah. I love that connection.
Okay. And then scroll down. Okay. So now here, you don't need the content type because it's in the middle of a flow. Like there's no need for that content type.
Okay.
Then here, they're going to confirm their email address in order to get access to the show notes. We're using ConvertKit, which has an integration right in ManyChat. We set yours up with ActiveCampaign, right? Mm-hmm. So we'll have to kind of do some massaging to that to really make sure it's set up right for your exact thing.
Yeah.
And then I'm saying, I don't know if this is fully GDPR compliant, but this is Molly compliant. It says we'll be keeping you updated via email as well.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm letting them know we're also going to send them email reminders.
Okay.
They type their email address in and then look what happens underneath here. All of our show notes are now being added to our group file in our Facebook group. So they click on this and then they get access to our show notes. And
you
I don't
have
actually
typo.
have the show notes there. Oh my gosh.
Typo, Molly.
Typo. That's why it's important to check and use your own words because Mollybot spells wrong on purpose to increase engagement. Yeah, so you would put your group here, and if you're doing the show notes thing there.
Okay.
For us, this has been amazing because it's been a way. Now you get to the triple threat part of this. We've now brought in text message, phone numbers and emails. So pretty awesome. Okay, come back to the beginning of the message, like the starting step, the green one on the right.
Oh yeah.
And then here we have other things that we're letting people get access to. So our masterclass, it's just a link that leads to our landing page where they can opt in for that. The free trial of Be Live. Be Live is an amazing tool that sponsors our shows. So I have that there, on every single show. If you scroll down, we also have this Kelly Mirabella figured out, and it is so crazy ninja. Like legit.
Click share to unlock this.
Yeah. So watch what happens here. Do you see that weird, crazy link?
Can I open it?
Yes.
Oh.
So what happens is you're not allowed to ask people to share in order to get a free gift on your business page.
Right.
And you can't incentivize shares. So it's a kind of a gray area as well. But we're saying if you click this button, then we'll send you something cool. So once they click this button, it leads them to a sequence that then gives them a free gift. So even if they don't actually share it.
Right. Yeah. Usually those share things, you never have to actually share. So as soon as I've clicked that, then there's the action of share sequence
And then there's a
Fantastic. Go
flow
Kelly.
for it's like the most ninja thing ever.
Wow.
Like I'm obsessed with our Map to Millions and it works really, really well, but this is also like such a cool addition.
Yeah.
So she's so ninja. So what the coolest thing that she figured out is that you have to add this code right here to the beginning of your live video link.
Share. Okay.
So you'd have to update this with your live video link every time.
They're not
So, like,
even
if you're
seeing the whole
using-
thing here.
Yeah. That
you
weird
go.
share thing right there. Yeah.
This one right here.
I don't know if you can, if you edit
I
it, you
can't.
can.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you edit it, you can grab it. But okay, so for time's sake, let's go. Let me show you what this share sequence is, just so you can see this, because it's really ninja also.
Where we go? Oh, go to the share
Sorry,
sequence.
so go back to go to sequences actually. So go to automation, and then sequences, and now scroll to the very bottom. I'm not sure if it put your. Yep, it did. So share sequence. So here, it's actually set for 1 minute after they click it. So it gives them a little bit of time to be able to go out there and share it. Right
Okay.
now, click on this because this is something that I don't know if Kelly does, but we added this like I said, I don't know if Kelly does this, but we added 2 things here that made this even more effective. So one is we're using conditions.
Okay.
So if you click on that little purple thing, on the
right here.
like
Okay.
lilac. Yeah. So it's going to vary which message it gives them. Now, my friend Matt Lights, who it's like super crazy awesome. So Matt Lights is someone that we actually do bot stuff with as well. He's so amazing. And if he was doing this, he would have like 15 different conditions, which maybe we'll do at some point. Right now, we're just going with 2. But this way, when people share every week, we don't want to give them the same exact thing every week.
Right.
So now we're giving them an option to keep it like it really is more of a real conversation.
Okay.
So from here,
That's
you can click
cool.
on this 2 things. There's one, we added that randomizer at the beginning because I did this 1 week and then the following week, it didn't work the second time. You know why? Because they were already subscribed to the share sequence. So at the end of the share sequence, click to that little action at the very end on the right by my cheesy face going like this. Yep. It unsubscribes them from the sequence.
Got it.
So they can go back through the
Interesting.
sequence again and again and again.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Super amazing, right?
This is amazing. I'm impressed, Molly. I mean, I was already impressed with you, but I'm like uber impressed right now.
Okay, so there's one last little thing that I learned from Kelly that I want to share with you here because it's so
Okay.
cool. So when you click on the blue picture of me, the one with the blue background, scroll down. Do you see that little balloon right there?
Yeah.
If you send a message that has a balloon or a heart in it, you know what happens?
Oh, it has the animation.
On their
Oh.
phone, if they open it on their phone,
Right.
when that message comes through, they have to do it right at the right time, but it sends all of the little bubbles of balloons or the bubbles of hearts
Yes.
across the screen.
That's awesome.
So cool.
Do you guys like
So-
that? Let us know in the comments.
It is so amazing.
Very,
so I
very
love
cool.
this is why I love you and why I love Kelly, because I really feel like these are such like the way your brains work. Like it's such a, like, how can we make these things work? That's an idea. How could I make that work? And if
Yeah.
you think in that place, like, how could I make that work? Dude, so good.
Yeah. This is amazing. Is there anything else you wanted to share? Or, I mean, this is intense. So you guys, you have a lot to go through already, but essentially, like if you don't want to have to like watch this 15 times and do it step by step yourself, you can get access to her template that I just installed and showed you by either, if you're on Facebook, you can just type course, or you can go to livestreamingpros.com/Molly and get access to the course. I am a partner with her because I decided she does bots way better than I do. Why train them on myself? And so, yeah,
Keep
you
in
guys.
mind, like, I know it feels overwhelming, but I promise you, like in there, Kelly, there's 2 Kellys in my life. Kelly, who is my main Kelly, who is not Kelly Noble Mirabella, even though I love her. Kelly Tinney, who is our director of education, builds all the bots for the Done For You clients that we do have. We are in there answering questions. There's an amazing group of people who are in there. I think we have, almost 500 members. So it's something that we're committed to updating. And really our focus with that program is bots for live streamers.
Yeah.
So it's not bots that are going to, the main focus of it is for live streaming. So that's why it's an awesome thing for us to have here too. And there are so many little nuances, but if you get that template, you've got it all set up. So
No, it's fantastic. That's going to save you a ton of time. We're going to take Q&A here in a minute if you're watching the live stream. But highly, highly, highly recommend her course. Shay takes care of you guys. And all of my students who have access to her stuff are all raving mad about Molly. So, so again, just go to livestreampros.com/Molly, or if you're on Facebook, you can just type the word course in the comments and we will get you taken care of. If you have any questions, let us know. But again, recap real quick, Molly, the changes that are coming and what we need to do starting now, like action step.
Yep. And this is going to be the super shortest little recap ever. So we're going to make it super simple. Basically, consider that the changes have already happened right now, because you never know when they might actually go into effect. And what it is that you are no longer allowed to send all of the crazy messages to your whole entire community like you maybe have been doing via messenger bots. You now are limited to just a few categories. One of those categories, which is awesome, is a confirmed event update. And if you're doing live streaming, which I know you are because you're here,
yes,
you're thinking about it at least, right? Once you start going live, you can get people to opt into your bot and tag them specifically so that they can then receive confirmed event updates going forward. It's the system that we talked about today really is about getting them opted in, saying that they want those live event reminders, sending them a broadcast with that confirmed event reminder category to the people who have asked for reminders, and then giving them a free gift on that video so that you then bring them back into the messenger bot. It unlocks that 24-hour window, which is the time period where you're allowed to send promotional messages or send messages to get market research, to build a deeper relationship. There's also some other ninja things we talked about if you want to go back and watch the entire video, but really that's the crux of the main piece.
Yeah. So a lot to cover there. If you're watching the live stream, we are going to tackle Q&A here in just a second. If you're watching the recorded version, be sure to join us live on this channel. We are live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific with awesome people and awesome trainings ourselves and all the things to help you increase your results. So be sure to join us. And Molly, where can they find you? Other than here.
I am Molly Mahoney, the prepared performer. And so Molly Mahoney, the prepared performer. Our videos happen over on our Facebook page, actually at the same exact time as Gloria's, which is really bad planning.
I know.
So you can tune into my replays. It's fine. I
know. I was like, wait, I want you to join me, but you're at the same time.
Yeah. I made it work. That's how much I care about you and how much I care about this community.
Thank
moved
you.
us over here today.
I appreciate it.
Like a real multitasker and watch both of our shows at one time.
Some people do. So there you go.
If you head to molly.live, you'll be able to catch a replay of a show that'll give you even more tips on how you can monetize your live videos, make a difference, change the world. Pretty awesome.
All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll see you next show. Bye. Live streamers, stay around. All right, we're on the live now.